Alright guys, so this video is not really planned. I just decided to do a quick analysis on Ethereum. So as you can see, I've been looking at Ethereum for quite some time. Um, and this is the all-time high of Ethereum, right? Which is where I marked a very significant zone. And as you can see, price is currently rejecting or reacting off of this zone right here. Remember, there's something I always say: to predict future price, we normally use past price data to predict the future price, right? So this is past price data, this is current price data, right? So we're trying to predict the future price data with what has happened so far. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. This is a good, this is an all-time high zone, so this is a good resistance zone. There's so many sellers at this point who are taking profit from maybe when they bought over here or here or here, right? And all-time high is actually a good place to take out some profit. However, that being said, currently this is what's happening. Price is rejecting off of there, and we have this downwards sloping trend, right? And this trend line, as you can see, price is currently reacting off of this trend line. So we're going to zoom in a bit and take a closer look at what's happening. So let's take that back. Let's zoom in. This is the weekly time frame to start with, right? There's also something I believe I should mention when analyzing the market. You need to look at the weekly time frame. Maybe you want to take a look at um, the 3 months, the 1 year, how bullish have we been, and so on and so forth, right? So taking all that into consideration, we're going to jump down to the lower time frame. Now I've been holding this trade for about since June, right? Quite some from June, August, September, right? So I've been holding this trade for 3 months now, and this is currently where we're at. So I'm actually very safe in this game. However, I did find another entry at this point, which is what we're going to dissect on the daily time frame. But before we go down, lastly, I'd like to say that starting from the higher time frame, you get an overall direction, right? And you'll be able to sustain that trade and that position till the end of the trade, whether it's take profit or stop loss. So moving on to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, as you can see, I've taken some trades trying to join in the buy. I lost some trades as well, but this covers for all of this. Over here I took a loss. It took a long time for me to take that loss trying to get the buy. Over here I also took a loss. Now this is where we are. As you can see, this is that yellow trend, and this is where we broke above. Market never came down to fill this fair value gap down here, which is what is happening today. So I'm going to draw that out very well. Let's zoom in a bit, ignore every other thing on the screen, just focus on this. So this is the very last fair value gap. I don't know if this is valid. This might be valid, might just be valid, right? And I'm going to take into consideration this. Now we're on the daily time frame. I'm still going to go down to the lower time frame and make some more confirmation, but however, this is what we're looking at right now. And as you can see, this support, which I thought was support, has actually broken and might just turn to resistance. In this sense, support turns to resistance and push back down, maybe find a new support in these areas, and this is where the market could buy from. Meaning, if I'm to take a buy, maybe if I'm to set an order, I might want to start my trade from down here and then swing it all the way to the top, right? Just having that in mind. This is probability plus possibilities, right? You got to play that game. So moving on, this is the daily time frame, and this is the current position that I'm in, and this is what I'm expecting from it. So yeah, however, I did not take this trade, but I'm going to leave it, right? I'm waiting for the market to dip lower so that I can buy the dip. Moving on, this is Ethereum, and I am overall bullish. And why I'm particularly bullish at this point is because of past price data. As you can see, all-time high we got rejected off of all-time high, and currently we're sitting on this downwards trend. So you remember the rule of, or if I don't know if you're familiar with this, but there's the common rule of uh, where you have a trend line, you have the market trending inside that trend, right? Then we have the breakout, then we have the retest. Market always comes back for a retest. After that retest, this is where you want to set your entry to take the buy, right? So currently having taking that into consideration, having that in mind, right? This is the breakout right here, and this is the retest on this trend line. Make sense? Yeah, so that is what we're looking at. Maybe if this is confusing, we might just want to open up an empty chart and start over from the top. So I'm going to open up an empty chart, and let's take a look at this price action right here. So this is what we are looking at. This is where price came down, up here, right? Yeah, we're looking at something like this. Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah, we should have started from the weekly. However, so far so good. This is what we're looking at, right? If we're to find accuracy in that, we could just use the line charts, try and find some accuracy. If I'm to look at that, then we haven't actually retested off of this yet. But if we go into the candlesticks, you would see that, yeah, the wick has done the damage, right? So the wick has done the damage and has retested off of this. Now zooming out again, let me explain what I would be anticipating off of this. We have a breakout, we have a retest, then this is anywhere around here is where you want to buy. So when you jump down to the lower time frame, what you will be looking for at this area, right? Apart from looking for support, which I just found right now, you'd be looking for a fair value gap or any entry strategy that you might have in mind. So moving on, let's take a look at this new thing which I just found. If I'm to get rid of this line and draw it from the top, or just leave it up there, you can see this and this all the way down to here was a good resistance area before. As you can see, market resisted from here multiple times right here until it finally broke out. So now what happens when resistance gets broken? It turns to support, right? So now we might expect a new support down here, and we just keep seeing that, right? If the market wants to take its time anyways. But overall the target is 7k. So let's go back down, shall we? Alright, so my target is 7k. I had already bought in from around here, somewhere around here, right? And my target is 7k, and there are many people who are speculating 10,000 Ethereum this period. However, if you want to get in this trade, here is an opportunity. This is not financial advice, but you can make at least 100% jumping in now, right? You can make a definite 100% jumping in now with a large stop loss. So it's a one-to-one. You take in $100, place it on this trade, you make $100 out of this. Remember, this is not financial advice, but this is what I would do. Having many years of experience in the market, I would expect this market to give me some drawdowns, right? I would expect myself to be down in the minuses before we come back up and hit take profit, and bada bing bada boom, right? So yeah, this is what I'm expecting for Ethereum. This is my Ethereum analysis, and if we're going to go back to my original chart, you would see that I have actually been looking at Ethereum for quite some time now, and apart from Ethereum I have so many others, but this is Ethereum for today. I'll see you guys in the next one.